The time required for an interview is normally distributed. A random sample of 19 interviews is taken and has a mean time of 82.7 minutes and a standard deviation of 16.4 minutes. Using a 0.10 level of significance, test the claim that the mean interview time is greater than 80 minutes. In this problem that we're going to do, we notice that the claim tests the claim that the mean interview is greater than 80 minutes. So we're testing the claim about a population mean. And is greater than means our claim is going to go with our alternative hypothesis. That means our null hypothesis, if that is not true, then that would mean it's less than or equal to, and we're going to assume then our claimed mean is going to be 80 minutes. Because the alternative hypothesis has a greater than symbol, remember we can use this as a right tail test. That means our diagram is going to be having a right tail to it. Our significance level is 0.10. Next, our rejection criteria. Well, according to our information sheet, after we've written the claim down, that the rejection criteria is the p-value method. We reject the null if the p-value is less than the significance level. So for this one, we have to do the p-value is going to be less than or equal to our significance level, in this case is 0.10. Next, our test statistic. Our test statistic comes from calculating out the t-test statistic, remember, as a t-test statistic because we do not know the population standard deviation. So we're going to take the sample mean minus the claimed population mean divided by the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. So in this problem, let's look at these numbers. It says that the sample size is 19, so n is 19. Our sample mean from those 19 is 82.7 minutes for an interview. And the standard deviation is 16.4 minutes. So that means x bar, we take 82.7 minus our claimed mean is 80 minutes, all over s, which is 16.4, divided by square root of our sample size, which is 19. Now we can use StatDisk or StatCrunch or our calculator. I'm going to choose to use StatCrunch. So pull up StatCrunch. On StatCrunch, we're going to have to go stat, then we're going to have to go to tstats and choose the one sample with summary. We're going to have to enter our sample set of data. From our problem, we know that our sample mean is 82.7. Our sample standard deviation is 16.4. Our sample size we said was 19. Hypothesis test for a mean, we perform that. And remember, our h sub 0, our claimed mean, is going to be 80. Notice it just our alternative hypothesis, except we have to change the inequality sign. Our claim is, remember, the mean is greater than 80, so we're going to switch that symbol to greater than. And I'm going to do the optional graphs as the p-value plot, and then hit compute. It calculates out this information for us. In this information, it tells us the t-stat and the p-value. So our t-test statistic is 0.71762361. Our p-value then is 0.2411. We can also see this listed on our diagram. Remember, if you hit the right arrow key in StatCrunch, it will bring that up for us. So according to StatCrunch now, let's go ahead and label this. Our diagram, we're going to have 0, 1, and 2. I like putting 1 and 2 there instead. -1 and -2. Remember, this is a t-distribution, so the graph is skinnier looking. And then we have 0.72. I'm going to just put 0.72, 2 decimal places. So t equals 0.72. And again, since it's right-tailed, we shade to the right. And our p-value is the probability of it getting in this area right here. And we said that that was 0.2411. Now to make our decision. Our decision, remember, according to our information sheet, is going to be, we reject the null hypothesis if the p-value is less than or equal to our significance level. So let's look at this more closely. So we take 0.2411 and we compare it to our significance level is 0.10, and this is definitely greater than. So our decision in this case will be, instead, since it's greater than, it will be fail to reject the null. So since we failed to reject the null, that means our claim that it's being greater than holds true. So in our concluding statement, according to our flowchart, does the original claim contain the condition of equality? No, it does not. Do we reject the null? No, we fail to reject the null. So it's our last option here. Let's write this sentence. Sample data does not provide sufficient evidence to support the claim. So remember, those are the two most important words. Basically, it does not support the claim. The claim, and what is our claim again? Well, I did underline it up here. Test the claim that the mean, okay, so the claim, the mean the mean interview time. So I had to make sure I saw the right words there. So the mean interview time is greater than 80 minutes. At alpha equals 0.10. So it says, let's read it through one last time. The sample data does not provide sufficient evidence to support the claim the mean interview time is greater than 80 minutes. So basically it's saying that it's not greater than 80 minutes there.